हरिओम। कार्यक्रम की शुरुआत में 2 मिनट का समय रह गया है। हम लोग अपने संगठन गीत को दोहरा लेते हैं ताकि हमारे गीत जब अतिथि आए तो हमारा एक काम पूरा हो जाए। सभी लोग पीछे पीछे दोहराएंगे संगठन गीत भारतीय शिक्षण मंडल। भारतीय शिक्षा से हो भारत माँ का पुनरुत्थान, विश्व गुरु के पद पर बैठी माता पाए गौरव स्थान, माता पाए गौरव स्थान। भारतीय शिक्षा से हो भारत माँ का पुनरुत्थान, विश्व गुरु के पद पर बैठी माता पाए गौरव स्थान, माता पाए गौरव स्थान। मुक्त करी हो विद्या फिर से, मुक्त करे जो जीव मात्र को, निर्धनता के अंधकार के, दास भाव के तोड़ बंध को, युक्त करी हो शिक्षा अपनी, स्वाभिमान से भर दे मन को, अर्थ करी हो स्वावलंबी हो, राष्ट्र जागरण का अभियान, राष्ट्र जागरण का अभियान। भारतीय शिक्षा से हो भारत माँ का पुनरुत्थान, विश्व गुरु के पद पर बैठी माता पाए गौरव स्थान, माता पाए गौरव स्थान। शासन से हो पूर्ण मुक्तिया, समाज पोषित शिक्षा नीति, पूर्ण स्वतंत्र हो पूर्ण मुक्त हो, विद्वानों की शाश्वत धाती, नगर ग्राम जनपद से निकली पूर्ण विकेंद्रित निर्णय रीति, आर्थिक शैक्षिक सामाजिक हो, शिक्षा का स्वायत्त विधान, शिक्षा का स्वायत्त विधान। भारतीय शिक्षा से हो भारत माँ का पुनरुत्थान, विश्व गुरु के पद पर बैठी माता पाए गौरव स्थान, माता पाए गौरव स्थान। राष्ट्र भाव से पाठ भरे हों, सत्य सनातन मूल्याधिष्ठित, गौरव जागे भक्ति उपजे, सेवा व्रत में हर जन स्थापित, पूर्ण विकसित हर चरित्र हो, सर्व कला संपन्न सुनिश्चित, कौशल विकसे तेज विचमके, छात्र छात्र फिर बने महान, छात्र छात्र फिर बने महान। भारतीय शिक्षा से हो भारत माँ का पुनरुत्थान, विश्व गुरु के पद पर बैठी माता पाए घोरो स्थान, माता पाए घोरो स्थान, रसमय होवे सारी शिक्षा, वातावरण हो खुला प्रसन्न, नाचे गाए खेले कूदे, चिति को सींचे खिले सुमन, भीतर जलता ज्ञान दीप जो करे प्रकाशित विश्व गगन, एकलव्य से शिष्य बने सब, शिक्षक सब चाणक्य समान, शिक्षक सब चाणक्य समान, भारतीय शिक्षा से हो, भारत माँ का पुनरुत्थान, विश्व गुरु के पद पर बैठी, माता पाए गौरव स्थान, माता पाए गौरव स्थान, रसमय होवे सारी शिक्षा, वातावरण हो खुला प्रसन्न। आज भारतीय शिक्षण मंडल का संगठन गीत मुझे उम्मीद है सभी को याद हो गया होगा, और मुझे तो याद हो ही गया। धन्यवाद।
आप सभी को नमस्कार। भारतीय शिक्षण मंडल एवं चौधरी देवीलाल विश्वविद्यालय सिरसा के संयुक्त तत्वावधान में आयोजित 7 दिवसीय उन्मेष आनंदशाला एक यात्रा शिक्षक से गुरु की ओर कार्यशाला में आप सभी का तहे दिल से अभिनंदन, स्वागत। कार्यक्रम की शुभ शुरुआत हेतु मैं आग्रह करती हूँ हमारे आज के कार्यक्रम के मुख्य वक्ता प्रोफेसर राजेंद्र अनायत जी और इस सत्र के अध्यक्ष प्रोफेसर सुहास पेडनेकर जी, आप मंच पर अपनी उपस्थिति दें। 7 दिवसीय उन्मेष आनंदशाला में हम सभी को एक आनंद की अनुभूति हुई है और वह आनंद हमें आत्म अवलोकन से प्राप्त हुआ है। आत्म अवलोकन अपने कर्मों का, अपनी नियति का, अपनी नीयत का, और उसी धरोहर को संजोते हुए आज हम 7वें दिन प्रथम सत्र में हैं। बिना किसी विलंब के मैं आपसे आग्रह करती हूँ सर कि दीप प्रज्वलन कर माँ भारती के चरणों में हम वंदन करें। आपसे आग्रह है कि आप आगे आएं। प्रोफेसर राजेंद्र अनायत जी और प्रोफेसर सुहास पेडनेकर जी, आप सभी से भी आग्रह है कि मन ही मन माँ सरस्वती का सुमिरन करें, माँ भारती के चरणों में वंदन करें। हम सौभाग्यशाली हैं कि हमारा भारत की भूमि पर जन्म हुआ है। ये तप की भूमि है, ये वन की भूमि है। जो कल खिलने वाले हैं वो फूल हमारी भारत की पीढ़ी है और उन्हें संजोने का प्रतिनिधित्व, उत्तरदायित्व माँ भारती की अनुकंपा से संपूर्ण होना है। चरणों में सादर वंदन। माँ भारती के चरणों में, माँ सरस्वती के चरणों में जिस प्रकार वीणा की धुन हमें आनंद देती है, लहराता हुआ तिरंगा हमारे मन को भाव विभोर करता है, ठीक उसी प्रकार हमारा व्यक्तिगत और सामाजिक जीवन पल पल में वही अनुभूति लेता रहे। ऐसी हम माँ सरस्वती से कामना करते हैं कि हमें ऐसे ही कर्म करने का अवसर प्रदान करें। और उन्मेष आनंदशाला इस बात की परिचायक है। यहाँ पर जो भी 60 से 70 चेहरे मौजूद हैं, आप माँ भारती के वो नायाब हीरे हैं क्योंकि परमात्मा हमें किसी न किसी कर्म के लिए चुनता है। इस आनंदशाला के लिए आप सभी को चुना गया, आप सभी बधाई के पात्र हैं और हम मंच से, टैगोर सभागार से परम शक्ति का आभार व्यक्त करते हैं। मैं मंच पर आमंत्रित कर रही हूँ ध्येय श्लोक के लिए श्री राजू जी, तदोपरांत ध्येय वाक्य हेतु मंजूरी।
ध्येय श्लोक, सभी अपनी आंखें बंद कर और सीधे बैठो। तत्कर्मयन् बन्धाय सा विद्याया विमुक्तये आयासाय परं कर्म विद्यान्या शिल्प नैपुण्यम्। अर्थात कर्म वही है जो बंधन में ना बांधे, विद्या वही है जो मुक्त करे, अन्य सभी कर्म व विद्याएं मात्र श्रमदायक है।
सभी को नमस्कार। ध्येय वाक्य, राष्ट्रीय पुनरुत्थान के लिए संपूर्ण शिक्षा की नीति, पाठ्यक्रम तथा प्रविधि में भारतीयता को समाहित करने हेतु अनुसंधान, प्रबोधन, प्रशिक्षण, प्रकाशन और संगठन करना भारतीय शिक्षण मंडल का ध्येय है। धन्यवाद।
सातवें दिन के प्रथम सत्र के लिए हमारे बीच मुख्य वक्ता के रूप में मौजूद हैं प्रोफेसर राजेंद्र अनायत जी। आप पूर्व में 2 कार्यकाल मुरथल स्थित दीनबंधु छोटूराम विज्ञान एवं प्रौद्योगिकी विश्वविद्यालय के कुल गुरु का दायित्व निर्वहन कर चुके हैं 2017 से 2023 तक। आप भारत सरकार द्वारा प्रदत्त मानद कर्नल पद एवं एनसीसी कर्नल कमांडेंट से गौरवान्वित हैं। आप ग्लोबल एकेडमिक एक्सीलेंस अवार्ड, ऑस्कर इन प्रिंटिंग, वीरेन छाबड़ा प्रिंट लीडरशिप अवार्ड जैसे अनेक राष्ट्रीय एवं अंतर्राष्ट्रीय पुरस्कारों से पुरस्कृत हैं। वर्तमान में आप हरियाणा सरकार के अधीन नवीन राज्य विश्वविद्यालय की स्थापना हेतु विशेष कर्तव्य अधिकारी हैं एवं भारतीय शिक्षण मंडल के भारतीय ज्ञान संपदा गतिविधि के अखिल भारतीय प्रमुख हैं। चौधरी देवीलाल विश्वविद्यालय सिरसा के प्रांगण में आपका पुनीत अभिनंदन। इस सत्र की अध्यक्षता कर रहे हैं मुंबई विश्वविद्यालय के पूर्व कुलपति एवं भारतीय शिक्षण मंडल के कार्यकारी अध्यक्ष प्रोफेसर सुभाष पेडनेकर जी। आपका भी स्वागत है सर। अब मैं मंच पर आमंत्रित कर रही हूँ उद्बोधन हेतु प्रोफेसर राजेंद्र अनायत जी।
भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागं सस्तिनोभिः यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषान् विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ओम शांति शांति शांति। This is one of the oldest declarations from the Bharatiya Sanskriti. Probably many of you must have already heard of it. At least the second part of the sloka, you would have used it in your pujas. But understanding the real meaning of this sloka is something that makes all of us real Bharatiya. In Bharat, unlike other countries, we primarily focus on 3 requirements. Nothing more than that. Only 3 requirements. खाली 3 चीज पे focus करते हैं हम लोग. The number one, what we look is Bhadram karne bhi. I want to listen auspicious things. We are all converged here today. Not today, last 7 days. Your brain must be already embedded with, a heap of information already. So it is, numbness also must have started by the time, because flooding of information last 1 week. But the purpose of coming here and converging is, the first one, I want to listen auspicious things. First requirement. Bhadram karne bhi shrunu. I want to listen auspicious things and shrunu. There are Sanskrit scholars here, they will correct you or tell you much in better way. Shrunu means Ravanam, that listening. Normally now हम लोग यहाँ बैठा है, बाहर से भी कई साउंड आएगा, अभी एक मोबाइल का भी साउंड आ गया और बाहर से दूसरा भी साउंड आएगा, उसको हियरिंग बोलता है. But Shrunu means listening. What we tell in our classrooms to students, बच्चों listen, बच्चों hear नहीं बोलता है, because hearing में that thinking and registration will never happen. If you want, that is why reading will help you a lot in progress. Reading, analyzing, registering is a process that happens in the brain. Same way, when you listen something, that will go to your brain and get it registered. So the Muni or Rishi was very clear in giving you the instruction that you should listen it. Shrunu. Bhadram karne bhi shrunu. Yamadeva. Bhadram Pashimakshatirya. I want to see auspicious things. My second requirement. Auspicious things. देखना चाहता हूँ हर लोग. We also want to listen auspicious things. And the third requirement is, we also want to think auspicious things. देखो कितना clear, स्पष्ट definition. वो देखिए आप. I want to see auspicious things. And I want to listen auspicious things. I want to see auspicious things, and I want to think auspicious. Only 3 requirements in Bharat. So I can of course see auspicious things because all handsome, beautiful people are sitting in front of me. So at least around 50 plus people I can see. But you have to see this old face. He is much better than me. Anyway, उसमें मैनेज करना पड़ेगा आपका अगले 1 घंटा और 1.5 घंटा. But purpose is this. And to do these 3 things, Sthirai rangai stushtuvam sastanopi. I want a healthy limb and healthy body. Requirement क्या है? I need healthy limb and healthy body. This healthy limb and healthy body is not to go to Pahalgam, lift the dress and see you belong to what and then shoot, no. Or to slap somebody, or किसी को dose दे, ऐसा इसके लिए नहीं है. It is to do these 3 things. I want to do these things. स्थिरै रङ्गे स्तुष्टुवागं सस्तनोपि व्यशेम देवहितं यद आयुः. भगवान आपको कितना आयु दिया है, उतना आयु तक. What I want? स्थिरै रङ्गे स्तुष्ट. I want a healthy body, healthy limb and full health. कितना आयु दिया है भगवान ने मुझे, उतना दिन ये काम करने के लिए I want all this. You see the requirements. How perfectly it is defined. And Deva Hitam Yada Ayuhu. We never asked for a complete Purushayus. And Purushayus is 120 years, 120 साल. इसकी जरूरत ही नहीं है. 60 होगा, 50 होगा, 70 होगा, 90 होगा, 120 भी कुछ भी हो सकता है. But whatever number of years I have been given to live in this planet Earth, my purpose of life is to do these three things. So please give me enough health to manage my body, healthy limb and body. This is what Prarthana. So Deva Hitam Didayu. Purushayus is not masculine gender, aisa mat socho. That is the beauty of Sanskrit. It is three ayus also. Purushayus is not a masculine gender, it's a generic gender. So on those days, Vedic Kal mein, the modern gods were not fully introduced. Of course they were there, but not came into practice. परंपरा में इतना नहीं आया था, इसलिए स्वस्ति न इंद्रो वृद्धश्रवाः, इंद्र भगवान से प्रार्थना किया स्वस्ति के लिए. स्वस्ति न पूषान, पूषान is sun god. Why sun god is called पूषान? Because हमें पोषणम कौन देता है? Nourishment, पोषणम, पोषणम देता है पूषान, sun god. अभी विंटर शुरू हो गया, सुबह सुबह थोड़ा धूप आया तो बहुत खुश है. We will go for धूप में जाता है. It's like a food, nourishment मिलता है. No other light can get this nourishment. You may have a light source like this. Yes, यही है. Could be a D50 light source. My physicists will tell me 5000 degree Kelvin, excellent light source, almost matches a diffused sunlight. But there is a difference. This do not have that portion, nourishment नहीं दे सकता. थोड़ा दिन आप इसमें बैठ के देखिए, you will start itching in your skin, you will lose your energy, everything will go. बोलने के लिए दोनों एक ही लाइट, but there is a big difference between this. What Surya Bhagavan is giving you is a packet of energy through his light. That is why sun god is called Pushan, पोषण देता है. So स्वस्ति न इंद्रो वृद्धश्रवाः, स्वस्ति न पूषान विश्ववेदाः, स्वस्ति न तारक्ष्यो. Tara Akshya, in the sense, a mythical bird. It can fly so high. इतना ऊंचाई पे जाता है, वहाँ से देख सकता है. हम लोग अंग्रेजी में bird's eye view बोलता है, looking from the sky just downward. So the mythical bird called Garuda, it goes to the height which you can't even imagine. So in those days, for an ordinary human, it is impossible to think of such a height to go. So they got a fascination towards such a bird. That is why Garuda has become a real mythical bird in our philosophy. But even in that height, it can see very well. And there is one more reason for that, for praying Starksha, for Garuda. When you pray for Garuda, both Vishnu and Lakshmi will come together. That is the beauty of our concept. खाली विष्णु के लिए भजन किया तो क्या है? Sometimes उल्लू को लेके आएगा, owl. He may use owl as a vehicle. But the moment when he used Garuda as a vehicle, it means Lakshmi Devi is also with this. So for a normal life, no, all of us, we need that Srishti Sthiti Paripalanam, like what Vishnu is doing, and also we need wealth. Wealth, what we earned in the right way, we need wealth. So to get the blessing of this too, हमें easiest way to call both of them. ऋषि मुनियों ने बोला, स्वस्ति नस्ताक्षु, for what? अरिष्ट नेमि. We don't want any disease. अभी 2-3 साल पहले कोरोना आ गया, हम लोग इतना सफर किया, more than almost 2 साल लाइफ में कट आउट हो गया, यूज ही नहीं हुआ, घर पे ही बैठ के बोर हो गया. People realized there is no meaning for wealth. What to do with wealth if you can't go out of your home? You can't do anything. So life is not just wealth alone. It was an unbelievable learning. And at least अपने life में वो इतना बड़ा learning था, हमें समझ में आया खाली पैसा बैंक में रख के कुछ नहीं होगा. There is something else. Maybe God want to teach us in a different way the worth of spirituality and understanding the value systems of this nation, you need to know about it. So, स्वस्ति नस्ताक्षु अरिष्टनेमिः, मेरा भी प्रार्थना हुई है। अभी 7 दिन आप लोग यहाँ थे, कई जगह से आ गया, जगह अलग है, खाना, सुबह उठना, it's a tough time. It's not like other FDPs which I know. It's a very hectic schedule. It starts from the early morning to till late evening. So we are not exposed to such things. Since many years, we have never done that. So when you do a new pattern of life, no arishta should come. You should not be haunted with any kind of disease. If something happens, so now you are sitting in front of me. If your body temperature is not in a control, I don't think you can sit and concentrate or focus on what I am speaking. Not possible at all. Or if you have a back pain or a knee pain, how will you sit there? It's not possible. So our prayer is also that there should not be any disease to any difficulties to anyone, at least till you complete all this program and reach back home. That's a minimum requirement, what we can say. But स्वस्ति नस्ताक्षु अरिष्टनेमिः, स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु. Brihaspati is the supreme guru, गुरुओं का गुरु. That's what it is. So गुरु के बारे में बात किया तो 1 घंटा चाहिए. हमें 1 घंटा में भी बोल नहीं सकता, उतना बोलने का है. But only to recollect your memories without at least speaking one line about Guru, there is no point in going ahead. Who is the darkness in your mind because of that antakara is because of absence of knowledge. And who is the light? So in the normal world there is no avastha called darkness. Darkness is nothing but absence of light. The moment light comes, darkness run away from there. Can you bring darkness here? Not possible, because it is already lit. A place which is already lit, you cannot bring darkness there. There is no way to do that. So अपना माइंड में अंधकार के वजह से, अज्ञान के वजह से, अज्ञानम के वजह से अंधकार होता है. वो अंधकार हटाने के लिए एक ही तरीका है, आप ज्ञान को लेके आओ. अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलिनम् एव तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. गुरुवे नहीं, गुरवे. वो वासुदेव जी टीच करेंगे आपको, योग में शायद. ये there is no other way. So when you bring this knowledge, this will remain. So who is this? These 2 syllables beautifully clubbed and made it. And at some point of time, many language people, they try to replace it, to find out a new word. They even did a brainstorming session, and at some point of time they failed, and they decided, let us use Guru as it is. There is no better. 2 syllables coupled in such a way, and this word is formed, Guru. And आज के दिन में more than maybe 170 plus languages in the whole world, they use this word. When you go to China and say Guru, they understand, which is a very complex language, because your name, if they pronounce in Chinese, you won't understand. They will make a Shi Yahu, you don't understand. Maybe Bhavana in Bharat, but it could be Shi Hu Yahu there. That's the way they say. But Guru, when it comes there, Guru is Guru, Guru. थोड़ा pronunciation में फर्क होगा, लेकिन Guru is Guru. That's the power of Guru. And one more dimension of that word Guru that we teachers should understand is, Guru is Gunatita. Gunatita is much above Sattva, Raja, Tamo Gunas. And Guru is Rupa Varjita, formless. You don't need any form. My Guru is Swami Chinmayananda. I got blessed from him 1974. And Swamiji 1994 चला गया नहीं, इधर ही है, लेकिन वो physical form is not here. So I am repeatedly telling you, you don't need a form for your Guru. Need not necessarily be a living object. That's a misconception which other sciences will never understand. The people who speak a lot about objective sciences, and if you tell that something which is not existing in a physical form, how can you play or how can you keep it with you? It's possible in Bharat. हम आर्ग्यूमेंट के लिए नहीं जाएंगे, आपको समझ में नहीं आएगा, ठीक है, आप भी सही है, आप ऐसा ही जाइए, हमारे लिए प्रॉब्लम. So Guru is Rupa Varjita, formless, and above all these qualities, trigunas, whether it is Sattva, Raja, Tamo, Gunas or its various combinations, all these cannot define an exact way. So as this one, Brihaspati is the Guru Omkar. We are praying to Brihaspati. Brihaspati Data, Dhadu देने के लिए. Dhadu is the fuel. You see the difference. हम लोग टीचर है, बच्चों को देने का है धातु, fuel. If you don't have petrol or diesel or electricity or hydrogen fuel, your car will not move. That is the real fuel you need to give. So this is the fuel which we are supposed to give to every student. इसलिए मुनि लोग देखो इतना साल पहले है तो भी definition देखते, each word, the way they picked up each word and used. बृहस्पति दत्ता, सूर्य भगवान को बोला पोषण देने को, nourishment. You see the words used, पोषण, पोषण. यहाँ बोला धातु दे दो, धातु चाहिए. And it is reminding you one more important thing. Because the first prayer in the beginning हम यही बोला, I want to listen auspicious things. आपको auspicious चीज सुनने का है तो उसका पहला responsibility किसका है? आप सोचा है? अपना ही है. क्यों? कि मेरा जिह्वा मेरा कान के नजदीक है. मैं अभी बात करता हूँ. मेरा ये शब्द आपके कान में आने के पहले मेरा कान में आएगा. I am very near. The sound what produces through my tongue will travel so fast to my eardrum that it reaches you. So indirectly, my Guru is telling me, भाई अच्छा बात करो, auspicious बात करो. So you are supposed to speak auspicious things. मैं अच्छा बोला तो आप भी मुझे अच्छा बोलेगा. आप क्यों गलत बोलो मुझे? So indirectly अपना टीचर हमें बताता है गुरु, ऐसा बात करो, ऐसा बात किया तो things would be very fine. And after all this prayer, he is telling, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Every Shanti mantra. Vasudev ji has got hundreds of Shanti mantras. Every time, every event, he can chant something new, because he learned it all traditionally. But every Shanti mantra will have one thing common, that is 3 times Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So the first Shanti is for the entire universe. हम लोग लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु, लोक हितम मम करणीयम. This is what we say. Everything starts from the universal happiness. If the whole universe is not happy, we are not happy. Om Dhyau Shanti, Antariksham Shanti. देखो आप, Om Dhyau Shanti, वहाँ से शुरू किया. Dhyau means what? External world. Otherwise, Muni could have started with some other, Rishi could have chanted it in a different way. Om Dhyau Shanti means external world. Outside the world should be Shanti first. Then Antariksham Shanti, Prithvi Shanti, Apah Shanti, water, Aushadhe Shanti, Vanaspati Shanti. Dekho that sequencing how it is done. You know, in the recent past, some American scientists have done a scientific work and they told, अभी कहा गया तुम्हें प्लास्टिक वेस्ट है ना, इतना प्लास्टिक वेस्ट है, रिसाइक्लेबल नहीं है. We talk about environmental management and they told we put all these plastic waste non-recyclable और हजारों साल ले लेंगे ना रिसाइक्लिंग के लिए, वो सब सारा एक रॉकेट में डाल के भेजेंगे स्पेस में. We will dump it in the space. At least Earth would be clean. You know what the final finding came? That will pollute much more than what you do in the planet Earth. Connected to this, Om Dhyau Shanti, वहाँ शांति चाहिए. External world में शांति नहीं है, शांति. They gave up the project. So I told, poor guys, they were not knowing there is a shloka like this. Somebody would have explained them, those scientists. ओम ध्यव शांति में ये प्रोजेक्ट नहीं चलेगा, बोलने के लिए टाइम नहीं मिला था और किसी ने बताया नहीं होगा, बट एट लास्ट दे गेव इट, दे अंडरस्टूड. सो आवर कॉन्सेप्ट इज व्हाट, नो, all shanti. Shanti is external word, outside. Then even outside of the inside of the planet, like now issues are happening in Ukraine, also in Gaza, things are, all these are happening, not happening in front of us, but उसका impact हमारे लिए भी होता है. So हमें वहाँ भी शांति चाहिए पहले, वो सब ठीक है तो हम भी ठीक है. So शांति is first outside. Then Shanti is among the society, second Shanti. And the third Shanti is well within us, in our own self. So, my teacher, Swami Chinmayananda, used to tell, whenever you chant this Shanti mantra, please use 3 volumes. The first one as loudly as possible, because it is for the whole world. And the second one is for all of us. So, we should listen at least. And the third one for self, Shanti. This is the declaration. Now you think, I just took one small tip of the iceberg, one simple slogan. I'm a student, I don't know much about it. But see the depth of one single declaration. Now that हजारों textbooks in the library, उसमें खोज के गया तो एक भी जन्म नहीं, 10 जन्म नहीं, 100 जन्म में हमें सारा समझ में नहीं आएगा. That is the power of Bharat. That is the amount of resources we have. ज्ञान भारतम प्रोजेक्ट भी चल रहा है दिल्ली में, आपको मालूम है, हम भी उसके पार्ट हैं. More than 1 crore documents are available. Can you imagine? Manuscripts. More than 1 crore plus. Nowhere in the world has got this many number of manuscripts. Now we are trying to convert it, digitalize it, and a common digital source for all these things which we are trying. This was an amazing project started by Modi ji. It is going on so well. So this we need to keep in mind. So next time when you chant this sloka, please remember all these meanings, and then let us get into the topic in discussion today. So my basic intention was to bring a different feel in you, and then now I will spend some time on this very specific subject in discussion. I will get into that.
Sir, could you complete the shlok's meaning?
Oh yeah.
The complete meaning of Om Jyo Shanti, Antariksh Shanti, Shanti Prithvi Shanti,
हाँ,
Rama?
हाँ, आपा शांति. It will take time, madam. उसमें क्या? इसलिए मैं I can spend some time with you. No issue. So it's nothing. It's the best sloka for environmental science. मैं ये बात करने का था. मैं बताएंगे. हाँ, please. So this photograph, what you see, I just took it from Stanford. In fact, this photo is displayed in front of Stanford University, where it is written like teaching is about inspiration and not information. As this is very much applicable today. There is ubiquitous of information. Everywhere information is available. Flooded with information. You have plenty of information. And we are polluted with information. We don't know what is right and what is wrong. The veracity of the content what you get, we don't know what is right and what is wrong. So, one real thinking what we need to have is, teaching is nothing but inspiration. The moment you can bring that inspiration in your kids, that is what is teaching, and not giving information. Information anyone can give, so that has no meaning. Now, I just want to take you, I don't know why. This is more of the journey I want to tell you, how mankind has progressed. Because understanding that is very much needed. So from the Bharat perspective, if you ask me, I think the first kind of communication which started in Shakuntala's time, Dushyanta and Shakuntala, which you must be knowing, she wrote a love letter on a lotus leaf. So that was the first way of communication what Shakuntala did to Dushyanta, maybe 5,000 years ago. And then later, you can see here, the Sumerian days came later, Sumerian and Egyptian time, then the Phoenician alphabet, then slowly came into Gutenberg's time. I just categorized the whole, it's okay, I just categorized the world into three different phases. Like one is the early civilization stage, and then it goes to the high-tech modern world, and then now it is moved to the knowledge society. This is the way it has gone. So, from the Vedic perspective, if you ask me, what are the reasons why mankind progressed? This is very important to know. We have a simple mineral world to begin with, and from the mineral world we move to the plant kingdom, and from the plant kingdom to the animal kingdom, and from the animal kingdom to the human kingdom. These are the four things. Humans are not just evolved one day from a monkey. Don't think. That's not the way. Humans were a special race. At some point of time, the 13.4 billion years of history you take in the last 10,000 years or 1 lakh years if you take, at some point of time there was a genetic mutation that happened, and that has become a blessing. That was the time human learned a special capability called communicating it in a better way. Otherwise, not much difference between the traditional animals and other worlds. So in the this mineral world, the mineral world has only a form and shape. A little soil or a stone, it has a form, it has a shape, nothing more than that. But when it moved from a simple mineral world to a plant kingdom, the creature or the nature has added one more element into that. That is nothing but the beginning of the mind. Beginning of the mind. Beginning of the mind in the sense, you take a cambium, you take a small plant, and just hold on top of that with something, try to cover it. After some time, it just moves and goes towards the sunlight. It means it can respond to sunlight and whatever. It could do that. So the beginning of the mind, response to the nature is called beginning of the mind. But without any mobility, fully shaped. There is a form and shape with beginning of the mind. And from the plant kingdom, when it moved to the animal kingdom, the God or the creator of the nature has given another level, that is full mobility and a fully developed mind. Completely developed mind. Fully developed mind meaning what? It can respond to instinct and impulses. Nothing more than that. Every animal could respond to instinct and impulses. After maybe observing or seeing the behavior of some kind of animal, we tell that ये बहुत intelligent, ये कुत्ता बहुत intelligent है. There is no intelligence at all, my dear. It's all a fully developed mind. It can do only instinctive, impulsive reactions. A gazing animal, it can go to the grass or the meadows and smells, and if it is eatable, it can eat or it can walk away. What else it can do? Nothing more than that. Suppose you pelt on a dog, just imagine on a stray dog on the campus, and the dog cannot plan that this professor will come out of the home morning 9 o'clock. I'll go to his house, hide in front of the gate. When he comes out, I will jump and bite and go back. Not possible. No dog has planned that. It is impossible. Impossible to do. It can do only three things. It can either bark at you, or it can bite you, or it can run away. This is what it can do. Only three responses since last 5,000 years or 10,000 years. Reason being, all these are instinctive, impulsive reactions which is possible only from a mind. There is nothing called that buddhi, intellect what we call. We cannot classify it in that way. But when God created human beings like all of us, God has put one subtle instrument in you that is called your intellect, buddhi. What is it? This buddhi helped you to think in every situation, if I take a decision this way, will it hurt somebody else? Or how it can affect others? So based on that, I can get into a rational conclusion, logical conclusion and take my own decision. This rational, logical conclusion on situations, no other creature could do. That is why all other creatures are as it is. No one developed. You look at a beehive, so beautiful, honeycomb. What a structure. Maybe the best architect in the world would appreciate it, the kind of cell structure, hexagonal cell structure. Even today architects copy it. Nature by design, design by nature. It's a big principle today. Look at that B-2 bomber, how it is designed. Of course, designed by an Indian. Poor guy is in jail. He could not come out. They killed him also, I don't know. B-2 bomber is designed. I mean, the so-called high-power B-2 bomber designed by one Indian. It is completely copied of an animal or a bird. Exactly done. You look at the picture, how it looks like. Yeah. So that's the way the design done. It's more of design by nature. So what man could do is this. लेकिन आप ये देखिए a honeycomb or honeybee last 5,000 years, same thing, no different, same hexagonal structure. Maybe on a monsoon season or a winter like this, it never thought of constructing a porch like this where we park our car. So in rainy season, let me come there, dry up myself and go inside. No one thought of it because there is no intellect in that way to think and work on that. It decided no. Yeah, knowingly or unknowingly it was happening. It's just like a programmed mechanical instrument. Every bird in the morning just gets up, flies somewhere, eats something, come back, then maybe prajananam, then doing some work, die and go. Nothing else. They have no other job to. But why God has designed this is very important. God don't want any creature going against nature. That is why no animal kingdom, no plant kingdom polluted this planet Earth till today. The excretion that comes out of animal kingdom is at least 1,500 times more than the mankind. Have you ever seen any excretion of animal kingdom spoil the nature? You will never see. Forget all this. I'll ask you another question. Have you ever seen a dead monkey body or a dead bird either killed by you or an electric line or an accident on the road? Forget it. It is not the responsibility of the animal. You and me killed. That's why that body. Otherwise, a natural dead body of a bird or a monkey or you just show me. You can't. Where are they going? Have you ever thought of? They know the time comes. They go back to the forest. They know the tree. They know the place. They go there and die there and become the part of the nature. And they never polluted this planet Earth. But you and me, we are, what should I say? Whatever I give, whatever he gave, whatever God gave, we are not sufficient, we are not happy. Greedy, this greediness. That is why Vaishab, every time he tells, Mitavyayam, Suna hoga, one of the principles, what we say, Mitavyayam, minimalistic. Because if that concept is not there, the world is polluted only by human, nobody else. Because we have been provided that extra thing, intellect, and we don't want to use it in the right way. So in this development of humankind, we need to understand some interesting things. This is from the Vedic perspective, it's not mine. I am going it back. These points, what I have written here, are the Vedic perspective of human development. Number one is called intellect, buddhi. Number two is your emotional quotient. I mean, bhavanatmak buddhimata, that emotional quotient what we have. Animal kingdom do not have this. They don't know how to manage EQ. And the third one is the questioning ability. In Sanskrit you can call it pracha, he will tell you. Questioning ability. This questioning ability, no animal has asked any question till today, either to self or to somebody else. We had that ability, questioning ability. Why it is so? When the apple fell down, Newton would have asked, if I dramatize the situation, why this is coming down? Maybe उनका दोस्त साथ बैठा हुआ वो बताया कि भाई ये पूछने का क्या है, वो नीचे ही आएगा. तुम्हारा बाप के टाइम पे भी नीचे आता था, परदादा के टाइम पे भी नीचे आता था, अभी क्या पूछने का, वो नीचे ही आएगा. वो सब ठीक है भाई, लेकिन मैं मालूम चाहता हूँ, मैं I want to know it, like why this is coming down. तो बोला तुम पागल है. That's why you are asking this question. हाँ मैं थोड़ा पागल हूँ, लेकिन मैं मालूम होना चाहता हूँ ये क्यों नीचे आता है. 20 years he took. Newton took 20 years asking this question, why this coming down, why this coming down. And one day he realized it's a gravitational force. 9.8 Newton, whatever it is defined. That's the reason why this is coming down. It's an understanding through questioning ability. When he saw the depth of an ocean, surprised, man want to know what is happening in the ocean. A new branch of science came into existence called oceanography. I want to know how to control people and how to distribute the wealth. Economics came into existence. How to govern people. Politics came into existence. I want to unravel the riddle of the universe. Physics came into existence. Like that, I want to communicate. Languages came into existence. All these happened because of one single capability of the third one, that is called the questioning ability. Pracha. Any situation comes, why? In management we teach, my management colleagues will accept with me, agree with me. It's called a 5-why technique. We use a 5-why technique. What is that? You are all converts here. Why you are here? Why? Because this FTP maybe help you to increase the length of your biodata. That is one part. The jovial part I am telling. But why? Because it's the first time somebody has designed an FTP in this way, which normally I don't get from textbooks or another program. I want to know it. Why you want to know about Bharatiyata? Because I was born in Bharat. I want to know what is that wonder makes the world towards Bharat. I want to know about it. And what benefit extra? You ask 5 times why. You get the complete answer. It's a technique which is used in management. Same way, this questioning ability is something that helps all of us to progress from where we are to where are we now. Then the next is the wonderment part, adbhutam. Adbhut. No animal can have adbhut. When you see something, maybe Trichy temple, Jagadeshwara temple, when you see, taller than the Qutub Minar, my God, 80-ton stone kept on top. How they did it? Wonderment, adbhutam. No animal has done any adbhutam till today. This is another reason for the progress of mankind. Next is willpower, Ichha Shakti. Only man has got that Ichha Shakti. Vedic teaching, Vedic declaration helped people to improve their Ichha Shakti, willpower. Unless and until you have that developed Ichha Shakti, you will never progress. So in simple language, how nicely it is put, these are the 5 qualities, reasons why the human development happens till today, whatever it is. Now, in this part, maybe 5,000, 10,000 years ago, man started communicating through gestures. The first one was gesticulation, I can say. With hands, they showed and communicated something. If I show like this, you will tell maybe two. Dvaitam. You can take any meaning you want. You may interpret today. So this gesticulation helped us to express our feelings. First one. After that, that was not enough to communicate. So what they did, they started making some sound. Some kind of howling, I can say. Technically, I can say maybe ululations. The best word I can use is ululations. So mankind started lot of ululations and made lot of sounds. Lot of tribes even today, Andaman and Nicobar Islands you go, they communicate with ululations. Even you go to this extreme Nagaland, Mizoram, that side, from one hill to the other hill, they make some nice howling sound, ululations, and they communicate. They can communicate with the birds, animals, and with the people, ululations. But after some time, that was also not sufficient. Then they what to do it? They want to express it in a different way. They went to the caves and started painting it. Hieroglyphics. All these paintings on the caves, cave paintings. Go to Ajanta, Ellora, you can see, and many other places. So man started expressing, communicating in a different way, and a branch called something like a hieroglyphics came into existence, and he started expressing his feelings. That was also not sufficient. That was the time the real mutation happened, full mutation of the genetics. And he started communicating it through language. That was the beginning of the language. Bhasha, real Bhasha started at that time. And all the early days of communications and the language developed. All these were in a poetic fashion. You look at all kinds of books evolved on those days, all in the form of a song or a sonnet. You go to Shakespeare and see all sonnets or hymens. In come to Indian texture, all old books, all in slokas, beautiful slokas. Why it was like that? That's a, it's a oral tradition. The recording of the content and the transfer of the content was through oral, only oral tradition. All our Vedic teachings, beautifully done. And even the pronunciation, they don't want the students to change it. That is why every sound that produces from here, from your karam, adhikaram, mrudu, kosham, anunasikam, all these sounds, when you produce from each side, ka, kha, ga, gha, na, therefore, karam, adhikaram, mrudu, kosham, anunasikam. And when you reproduce these sounds in a song or a poem, or a hymen, or a sloka, my teacher was very, very intelligent. He don't chant like that. Vasudevji must have suffered all his school days. His head would have been hold, I am sure. Pucho. Why? The reason being, they don't want you to produce a wrong notation from here, no wrong sound, no noise. So the best way to teach and record was this way. How the movement of the neck, how the movement of the head, how it is to be produced. And all were in songs. Because we never had a methodology to record it other than that. That was the only way. So they chanted, sung, and remembered in the brain. And it transferred from generation to generation. लेकिन क्या होता है, ऐसे generation से generation में जाने समय, there will be some loss of information. You can't help it. Whatever you say, some kind of dilution can happen when the filtering happens. Nowadays in WhatsApp, you see a very interesting experiment. They keep some 25 people in one line and they give a topic to one person and tell him to show what I said in action. And by the time he would have told this is a mustard and it will become a crow. By the time it reaches on the other side. It happens in front of us in 15 minutes time. So even with that, without much loss, they could transfer all those information because of this restricted scientific way of transfer. लेकिन उसके बाद क्या हो गया? Alphabets were evolved. We invented alphabets. So we know how to write it and how to read it. We brought all the science into that. And that's the way. And started writing with the hand. Maybe a palm leaf tradition, manuscripts, limited copies, no, wherever they were reproduced at that point of time. And in that juncture of time, I can tell you, maybe 600, 700 years ago, a gentleman called Gutenberg. I am a printer. My profession is printing. So not because of that I am connecting it, but it has some connection to the topic what I am talking. So Mr. Gutenberg, he was a blacksmith. So his knowledge of metallurgy was amazing. And real printing happened not in India, not in Bharat, or not in Germany, don't think. First printing happened in China. There was a gentleman called Bai Sheng, that is his name, Bai Sheng. This Bai Sheng designed a clay types and he printed the first book. But then the Bharat connection has come. वो क्या है? पहला पुस्तक दुनिया में छापा वो एक भारतीय टेक्स्ट बुक है, वो है डायमंड सूत्र, वज्र सूत्र of the Mahayana Buddhism textbook, fundamental reference text. So Buddhism was already spread from here. They have already taken. So Bharat and China, not much difference those days. उसका learning source यही था. So it was an extended Bharat, I can tell. वहाँ हो गया है. So Bai Sheng ने print किया Diamond Sutra, Vajra Sutra, the book. Then he printed, and you know the Middle East people. It is not Middle East. It is all Western language again. That colonial perception which is making me and you to tell it is Middle East. It is Middle West to me. Because when I go to West, it is in the middle. But we never correct ourselves. But now it is the time to correct ourselves and many of the usages. That's why yesterday we were mentioning about Modi ji's speech at Indian Express, Ramnath Goenka program. वहाँ अपने लिए क्या सीखने का है वो भी बताया है 15-20 मिनट. The Macaulay's influence, what it happened, how it happened. So many wordings and expressions हमें change करने का है. You don't need to hate English. मोदी जी वो भी बोला है. अंग्रेज को hate करने का नहीं, अंग्रेजी को. लेकिन अंग्रेजी कल्चर को अडेप्ट मत करो. भारत में 374 लैंग्वेजेस है, उसके साथ अंग्रेजी भी है. 15 करोड़ लोग अंग्रेजी में बात करते हैं. आज मैं भी बात करता हूँ अंग्रेजी में. Because I was born in extreme south. मेरा हिंदी आप जैसा उतना अच्छा नहीं है, थोड़ा lack of confidence है. तो इसलिए थोड़ा ये भी यूज़ करता हूँ. सीखा थोड़ा मिस्टेक भी हो सकता है. With all the courage we speak, but I speak Indian English. I never try to change my accent. My accent connected to my mother tongue. And if you can make out my mother tongue out of my English, I'm proud of it. So if you are a Haryanvi and if someone listens to you and tells you, आप हरियाणा से है, be very proud. Because you have not forgotten your mother. आपका मदर टंग का टच उस पर आएगा, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. सही अंग्रेजी बात करो. People should understand what you are speaking. That is more important. So I have to speak an Indian English. It is just like Haryanvi, just like because हमारा पॉपुलेशन 3.5 करोड़ है. हमारा भी ज़्यादा अंग्रेजी स्पीकिंग लोग हैं भारत में. हरियाणवी पूरा लिया तो भी हमारा सब 3.5 करोड़ होगा टोटल. So how can you reject a language? No need. Modi ji was very clear. Honorable PM very clearly told. It is not against a language, culture. Singaporeans did that. Singapore speaks English and Chinese, but not English culture. Culturally, we should not adopt it. Use it as a language. There's no issue. हम कैसे मलयालम बात करते हैं, कैसे तमिल बात करते हैं, कन्नड़ा करते हैं, same Hindi, another language. That's all. So this is what it is. So Bai Sheng printed this book, and the Middle West people, they were the connecting point between West and Bharat. The route was like this. They come here, took lot of spices, bought all those things, went back, sold it in China, took some silk from there, went somewhere else, Silk Route, all these are मालूम है आपको history में. And they took, and suddenly this Arabs they so ये technology देखा. Printing के लिए ऐसा भी है, ठीक है. वो technology लेके जर्मनी में जाने समय वहाँ दिया. So John Gutenberg's father was a priest in a church. and they were blacksmith by profession. So he knows the metallurgy very well. I mean the eutetic properties of alloys and how to mix it, how you can make it better, all those things. And उन्होंने डिज़ाइन किया फर्स्ट प्रिंटिंग प्रेस एंड उस पर छापा बाइबल, दैट टिपिकल जर्मन बाइबल. वो अभी मेन्स एक सिटी है, माइन नहीं मेन्स. सो मेन्स में गुटेनबर्ग का होम टाउन है, वहाँ एक छोटा म्यूजियम है, उसमें रखा है बुक. वहाँ गया तो आपको देख सकता है. सो दिस इज द वे द प्रिंटिंग स्टार्ट. सो प्रिंटिंग, हाउ थिंग्स गॉट चेंज्ड, आई टेल यू. There is only one thing which when you give become half or which will become double. Have you ever thought of it? There is only one thing which will become double when you give, that is knowledge. If I have an apple, you have a banana, if I share each, both will have half. Now, whatever I spoke, if you have understood something, it is multiplied into 50 times. Did I lose anything? So that is called knowledge explosion. So the real knowledge explosion happened after the phase one, that was printing. The development stage of mankind historically happened at that point of time when printing came into existence, because you could record it in the right way without data loss. And the same thing is happening in 100 times ज़्यादा आज internet के वजह से. It has its own problem also. So that's the reason when Gutenberg came and started this, and there was a program in which वो लोग सोचा the man of the millennium award किसको देने का, तो किसको दे दो. वो सोचा गुटेनबर्ग को दे देंगे, because not to Isaac Newton or not to other people, they gave it to him because of this knowledge thing. So then all these high-tech modern world came. I mean, electronics came into existence, influence of electronics. That was the time. So when the language and mankind progressed, you see the connection. That is what I want. This is a pre-lecture actually of the whole content. It's a 7 to 9 hours complete program. So it's not possible to do in 1 hour or 1.5 hours. Let us look at it like Kantara chapter 1. Same. Then वैसा मुझे बोले आपका 9 hours में करना पड़ेगा बाद में. तो this is the बाहुबली beginning, part 1. So we will continue later. So this is the way. What happened when language came into existence in this way? Varieties of languages around the globe, all developed, and they started using it in a different way initially, because the requirement, the purpose of the language got changed with the development of mankind. So suddenly, all of a sudden, when printing came into existence, the Padyam portion of the literature has moved to Gadyam. The poetic has gone to prose. Why? Reason being, now you have a printed book. You don't need to remember in a poetic fashion. And today's generation, even in our generation, if someone writes a book like Ramayana, you will not read, or Mahabharata, do you think you will sit and read? You will not. It is difficult because our orientation has changed. The requirement has changed. Because the way it was expressed and recorded got changed. So you don't expect someone to write a book like in the same fashion I am telling. Like sonnets, what Shakespeare has written. Don't expect another poet coming and writing another book like what he has written. It will never happen. So that also changes from time to time. And then people understood this can be used in a different way. You look at the literature in the Soviet era, 1917. All the literature developed in the early days of communist literature especially, Soviet literature you see, only glorifying that ism. Whether it is Anna Karenina, War and Peace, or any kind of book you take, all these are to glorify what it is. How dialectic materialism can change the mankind. It is the biggest flaws ever written in economics. If you study, you will understand it. Because I have done that to understand what it is. Because I was born in Kerala, I told you. So not as per my wish. In schools, we were forced to stand in the SFI queue. If I don't stand, I'll get beaten. So to avoid this, we also. So that grudge inside, no, that fear inside, aversion, that was always there. So how to contradict it? Intellectually understand what foolishness they have written. And I spent hell a lot of time to understand what is the dialectic materialism, what are the flows in that, what is, then realize this is foolishness, what they are talking, it is highly impossible. And there are much better systems which is explained in our own way. Bharat never told about a physical equality. Bharat told it is not possible, man. Here, 50 people are sitting, 50 complexion, 50 height, 50 health, 50 intellects. Everybody is good. All are equally good, equally intelligent. No doubt about it. But things are different. How can you equate it? Says Joshi ji is taller than me, can I tell him cut your leg and give me? Not possible at all. But what I do, I bring a nature in Joshi ji that is more of a equity in nature. So where he will help me very naturally with all the happiness and he will lift me up and he will make me equal height. Yadav साहब को भी मेरा भी ज़्यादा lift करना पड़ेगा. So anyway, joke apart, I'm just joking because we can't be serious so much all the time. So that is the way you need to equate, no other option. That is what is called the concept of sthita prajna. An individual with equanimity in the mind. Equanimity, samata. Nobody thought of such concepts. भगवान कृष्ण ने यही धरती पर कुरुक्षेत्र में जाके यही बोला स्थितः प्रज्ञस्य का भाषा समाधिस्तस्य केशवः स्थितति किं प्रभाषेत किमासीत व्रजेतः. So how a man with equanimity, samata in mind will walk, how he sits, how he talks. Arjuna as a student has the doubts, questions, asking, I want to know Krishna, Guru, just tell me how he can walk, how he speaks, how he sits, how he thinks. In the sense, ultimate aim is to get into such a level. It is not a physical equality, cutting and distributing. That's why Russia failed. Why USSR failed? Physically collected, everything distributed, everything owned by government. It will not work out. Bharat, at some point of time, there were no need of a police at all. Because people were reached in that mental level where you can keep your house door open. No poverty. Because without feeding you, I can't eat. My dharma says that I have to feed you first. This is what is Bharatiya. This is what is the concept. This is the way we learned. But we were not able to understand. Our problem was we thought everything came from the West. So science means West. I cannot think it in my way. That was the biggest flaw, blunder we did. The way we learned, the way we taught, are no way inferior, even better than what others have done. When you study that, one of the purposes of Bharatiya Jnana Sampada is this, understanding this. Bring that pride in each one of you and give that to the students and tell them, think in this way. Your country is equally respectable or better than others. Be proud of it and then do it. So this is the way it goes, the usage of languages. And you must remember, those who are from English literature, I don't know, somebody from literature here? Teachers, I don't know. So there's a book called, wonderful. So there's a book from George, 1984, in 1940, George Orwell, the Pig Farm, he has written that book. So in 1984, the book is written in 1949. And the narration, what he did in that book, people thought, no, this is crazy what it is. They thought it is a dystopian fantasy. It can't happen. But that was not the reality. All this happened. So literature and understanding of these helped mankind to think in advance. How things will shape up. How things can be done. This is what made mankind to progress. So then the usage of communication, language, by the time we came into the world where we are today, this is the internet world. This internet world, the whole way of thinking and working has got changed, completely changed. The purpose is changed, individuality is changed, all things. Even creativity of your own has gone. Today artificial intelligence will decide, AI based. AI can do that. It's very interesting thing which we need to think of as a teacher. In 2018, I'll tell you a small case study which happened in Arizona State University, ASU. ASU want to run a biology program. It's a simple biology program. And you know, the entire biology program was run by Google and Labster. You must be knowing Labster is the world's best virtual lab company. No one can compete even today. So Google and Labster together offered a course program in biology. And the takers after the course program, they told amazing content. No physical human teacher like you and me. What happened? 24 hours available content. Tutor is available, robots. If you are today, all children are Ratrinjaras, you know that, including some of us. We sleep very late, get up late. That is the way the cycle has changed. So students are very happy to attend a class after dinner, 9 o'clock. आप try कीजिए university में. I'm going to do my lecture at 10 o'clock. They will come because very happy. After that they sleep and then go back. So these courses were taken by students as per their leisure, and evaluation was perfect, no partiality, completely impartial. Their feedbacks were excellent. All these happened. After the feedback, they told, we want to run only courses like that. All that, सारे बच्चे बोला मैं ऐसा ही course चाहिए. So this is the world where we are going to live. This is the way the AI is going to influence us. And our creativity. Scientific papers are written by AI now. You know that models. Bloomberg, forget all this. 45% of the Bloomberg content is generated through AI. That's the world where we are living. So many decision makings, many content generations are already taken over by this kind of technologies. We can't close our eye and run away. We have to live in this society. So we have to upskill ourselves. No other option. हमें upskill करना ही पड़ेगा to be a part of it. Otherwise, there will not be any position for us. Because growth in life is not an option. आप ध्यान से सुनिए. My teacher used to tell me, growth in life is not an option. Okay. If you say that I don't want to grow, you are embracing slow death. Somebody is going to replace you. So till I die, I can't say that I don't want to grow. I keep on growing. That growth could be negative or positive, I don't know. Make it as positive as possible. So physical age has no meaning. We can grow till we die, till our graveyard. The clock is on when we are born, and the clock stops at the graveyard. So till the time, through time, you have to walk and grow. No other option. Changes will come in technology. When all the changes happens in technology like this, what is that thing which is going to keep you strong and stable is only your value systems, your sanskritis. That is why this is the time for all of us to get back and understand Bharatiya value systems. Because that is the system which the whole world is looking now, not you and me. If you and me say I don't want, like many documents gone from here, ये भी जाएगा. बाद में वो दूसरा बोतल में लगा के ब्लूम्स टैक्सोनॉमी कैसे आया, ऐसा ही आएगा. बाद में हम बोलेगा बहरूम बहुत अच्छा, लेकिन चीज आपका है. तो वो मौका हम क्यों दे? हम अपने आप embrace करेंगे. We will take it up. So that is the way we are moving to the AI world now. So yesterday also in the function there were some questions they were asking. What we will do in this juncture when AI is entering everywhere? What would be the role of the students? And what is the role of Bharatiya, our value system in such a place? It's very important to understand. I tell you, many decisions today, you don't need to know everything in your brain, whether it is student or teacher. Some amount of knowledge you may have, the logical capability you will have, understandings you have, maybe few other things will be available in cloud or in that noise making instrument which you have in your hand, which will have all the details. So at the time of requirement, are you capable of getting the data what you are in need? This is a very important question. And can you analyze it? And can you take an inference out of it? The right inference at the time of the requirement. This is what is going to make you different. Suppose in a subject you know 90%, I know only 60%. But I am a tech savvy, married tech guy. The remaining 30%, 40%, I'll manage with that instrument what I have, or the system what I have. And a question comes or a problem comes, I may find out the right data and analysis maybe before you. Fidelity used to come to recruit my students in Murtha. I have seen that once I asked, Bhumika was there, she was a student there, and she was doing PhD at that time. Once they came there, I asked them, Fidelity, what are you looking in my student? What do you want? Is it the knowledge what they have in the subject, which is the base to recruit? वो बोला नहीं नहीं हमारे लिए बात ही नहीं. I told don't tell this in front of the student, they will not study. No वो नहीं है sir. हमारे लिए क्या है? Can they do work with a team? Can they move with the society? What is their character? What is their value system? ये हमारे लिए ज़्यादा important है. Reason being, at present in the world, no scientific organizations or country are expecting any individual to invent anything. You will never see an Einstein in the coming time. Elon Musk may say Musk alone is not doing anything, it's a team. Because that much data you have, it's a big data. It is the AI, it can do a much better analysis, much better conclusion than the most intelligent man in the world. So they don't want it at all. They are looking your group dynamics, how you work together. What is your character? 100 years ago, Swamiji, this Vivekananda ji told, simple definition, what is education? Education is nothing but character building. I never understood what it is. मैं सोचा HNO3 है chemistry, nitric acid है तो HNO3 है, HCl है, ये क्या है character? Now I realize what is the depth of the statement, what he said. Character building. Only character building can liberate you. I can connect it back into tat karmayanna bandhaya sa vidyaya vimuktaya. What is that? That is what character quality in you which is going to liberate you out of this. All your thinking, not the physical bondage, mental blockage. Unless and until you come out of that mental blockage, no, you can't do anything. यही बात करता है. So this AI world, before I think time बहुत हो गया होगा अभी. 1.5 घंटा हो गया है. One second, I'll just conclude. Before concluding, I'll tell you this. There is a wonderful history professor, Yuval Noah Harari. You must be knowing from the Tel Aviv University, and he has written many books now. So, abhi, the last but one book I am telling, 21 lessons from the 21st century. So he is specifically telling 21 points which we need to be careful of. उसपे एक है artificial intelligence. So उन्होंने ये बोला, why we need to focus on consciousness, human consciousness, character, value. He told to look back to India, Bharat. You know why? He is citing a very specific example. Maybe in another 10 years, I am also anticipating, none of us would be allowed to drive a car in Mumbai or Delhi ourselves. An autopilot car will take you, so that they will have a better control on traffic and travel, no honking, no nonsense, nothing, accidents. You will have to do that, otherwise they won't allow you. So in such a case, you are the owner of an AI-driven car and you are moving. Just imagine suddenly a group of children jumped in front of your car without knowing. All 13, 14 years, 6, 7 kids. And I am sitting behind. ऐसा सोचो. मैं मेरा ही एग्जाम्पल ले लेंगे. गाड़ी मेरा है, पीछे बैठा हूँ, AI driven car है, autopilot है. In a fraction of a second, my AI system has to take one decision. Either to hit these kids, or take a left turn and hit on the wall, or go to the right and tumble into the valley, in both cases killing the owner himself. In a fraction of a second, my AI will think, ये यूजलेस आदमी, बुढ़ा आदमी है, 60 हो गया, इनका जान ये करके क्या करेंगे, क्या करने का सब हो गया, मरने दो, हमें बच्चों को सेव करेंगे. My car will save the children and went to the valley and kill myself. This can happen. This is the situation where we are going to live. So this is the time you may need to program a system with the values. Why Bharatiya Shiksha Mandal talks about values, 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 system, Sanskriti, Bharatiyata. These are the reasons. We will reach a stage where we may have to program a system with the values in the coming. Because we need to make the system a better human than someone pumped with hell a lot of information in your brain. No, उस पे काम नहीं चलेगा. So I believe this is the time the Shishan Mandal kind of organization will have to play a huge, serious role where we need to make every teacher a good human being first and make him out of that bondage in thinking and bringing him or her that full pride in Bharatiyata and in our value systems. And this is what we need to impart all the kids who are sitting in front of us. And Honorable Prime Minister has given us maximum 10 years in his speech, मैंने देखा 2035. So there is not much time. So भाई साहब कल बोला, भाई साहब से पूछा ऑडियंस से, how you are going to take the turn? भाई साहब ने बोला, I am not going to take a sudden turn, not possible. Already hundreds of years we did. Sudden turn will kill all of us. But we are going to definitely take a turn, but maybe little wider turn, but definitely we are going to take that turn. So before concluding my notes here, let us all prepare to take that turn and make Bharat Viksit at not 47, even before, and let us be a part of it. We are all the blessed ones. We got that opportunity. And I want to thank each one of you for patiently listening. Thank you so much.
धन्यवाद सर. यदि आप में से किसी का कोई प्रश्न है तो आप पूछ सकते हैं.
ठीक है ना?
एक सवाल ये है सर, एक सवाल ये है सर कि हम ग्रेविटी की बात करते हैं, we speak of gravity and it is mentioned that our knowledge system says that thousands years before gravity was decided and mentioned, then how is that this credit has gone to Newton that he discovered gravity?
My simple answer for this is, we were very poor in documenting things. Even patents, it happened. We have to correct those mistakes. It's time with us.
So we can claim that we
We need to.
need
Now mathematics, you
Yeah.
see, Sangamagrama Madhavan, you just type, you will see that. There was a mathematician in Kerala, he was called Sangamagrama Madhavan. This number system, his inventions and discoveries are already accepted by Swedish government now. They told no, before hundreds of years he has done this. So it will happen, we all have a role to do that.
and that even Vivaman Shastra, it was only one book. What I have heard is it was left in the library of Mysore library, and from there they had learned how to
Maybe.
write brothers about it. So that is
Maybe.
my knowledge.
Maybe.
Thank you.
धन्यवाद. पुनः आभार सर.
This is another teaching technique. Either convince or confuse. So one of the things I have done. Thank you.
आपने नेतृत्व एवं प्रशासन, भारतीय सैद्धांतिक दृष्टि एवं व्यावहारिक कौशल पर अपना वक्तव्य रखा. आपकी उपस्थिति की सराहना हेतु मैं मंच पर आमंत्रित कर रही हूँ प्रोफेसर रामेहर दीक्षित सर, अधिष्ठाता चौधरी देवीलाल विश्वविद्यालय सिरसा. आप आए और माननीय मुख्य वक्ता प्रोफेसर राजेंद्र अनायक जी को एक श्रीफल और पटका भेंट कर उनका आभार व्यक्त करें. उनकी उपस्थिति और उनका सानिध्य जो हमें प्राप्त हुआ उसके लिए हम अपने धन्यवादी हैं और परम शक्ति के आभारी हैं कि आप हमारे बीच अपनी व्यस्तता में से समय निकाल कर पहुँचे। परम शक्ति आपको उत्तम स्वास्थ्य दे, मंगल भविष्य दे। शांति की कामना करते हुए आपका पुनः अभिनंदन, स्वागत। धन्यवाद
Actually,
सर।
इसमें 30 slide है, only one slide I can. Sorry.
आप जैसे प्रेरणापुंज सूर्य के समान हैं, जिनके लिए दिन और रात सीमाहीन है। मैं मंच पर इस सत्र के समापन, आभार और आगामी सूचना हेतु आमंत्रित कर रही हूँ माननीय संयोजक उन्मेष आनंदशाला प्रोफेसर सुरेंद्र कुंडू सर। आप आए और आभार व्यक्ति और सूचना हेतु।
सर्वेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमस्ते आप सभी को। Esteemed Professor Rajendra Nath, you have elaborated each and every aspect from our civilization till date in a wider sense, and you have communicated intelligence, emotional quotient, questioning ability, wonderment and willpower, so that we can connect it with the Bhartiyata. With these words, I again welcome you and thank you for elaborating this aspect on the leadership and administration, Bhartiya perspective and pragmatic approach. इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ आपका पुनः धन्यवाद सर। सूचना हेतु आप सभी से आग्रह कर रहा हूँ मैं सूचना के लिए 11 से 11:15 तक अल्प विराम होगा, जलपान जो हर रोज होता है उसी तरह। उसके बाद 11:15 से 12:15 तक प्रगत शिक्षण सत्र है, यहीं पर रहेगा। 12:30 से 2 बजे तक मुक्त चर्चा एवं समापन सत्र होगा, तो हम सभी यहीं विद्यमान रहे। और उसके बाद 2:10 से 2:15 समूह चिंतन। उसके बाद 2:15 से 2:25 तक प्रमाण पत्र वितरण और 2:25 से लेकर 3 बजे तक मध्याह्न या अपराह्न भोजन हमारा डाइनिंग हॉल में ही होगा। सूचना लेने के बाद आप सभी का पुनः स्वागत एवं अभिनंदन। आइए जलपान के